The best moments in my life is when I keep looking at it again and again. Peace sign has been, just a common thing over time, right? But with the spot that they put this and the hue, they had a hue. Hue is like a shading. They did this pretty good. I'm gonna be thinking about stretch a lot more with how far a leg can stretch in that. But then there was because yeah. Okay, so yeah, the one that you hate the most though is just like looking at this whole entire thing as a whole. Uh, okay, a whole, right? But oh, since this thing's here too, by the way, that's what makes this so creepy, uh, mean, just evil, just pure evil, because this is right here too, looking like a tower, right? Yeah, there's some evil things to that. And then I was surprised by this because I started just getting at my screen of my TV because I was like, oh come on, there can't really be another thing. But okay, so cracked glass would be one, right? So cracked glass could be one, okay? But then you can look at it as like a dog. It's so crazy. And then, yeah, you could look at it as the crazy one, which I believe the crazy one is accurate. I just hate it because the crazy one does make sense, but it's pretty crazy. Oh, the other one, right? Alexia, or if you've ever been with a female, and some would also be like, "Oh, what about the butthole?" But you gotta remember they're also talking about messy stuff, right? And that's why they have like pink dots floating around, like pink dots. Um, they're talking about too many crazy things. They're talking about they talk about a majority of like life things, but they talk about how intense something can be. And even like when you think about like over time how they had like when they first started the bosses to Shadow of Colossus and they'd have them like move in a certain way, they get the idea in your head because yeah, like I said, if you've been with a female, you would actually start to know about like how the shape of it is, like how the shape of the goo, okay, goo. But a I haven't figured out what their whole message is behind side. There's a different kind of side they're talking about with this. Okay, the side that they're talking about with this is not just like looking up for the fallen star stuff. Not only just that, but they were talking about. I do feel like they're talking about side like two legs and then a side because there's a controversial thing. That's how they make shapes like this. So see how they make like shapes like that. These shapes. How it goes like that. Makes you relook at the Splatoon gun, of course. But it makes you look at like all kinds of things, like how legs could be, and all kinds of things, different things, different thing. But it was a crazy thing. I once, I didn't, I only thought about it through you have to be very aware of it kind of thing. is a line. They're always talking about another thing, and then another thing, you know. But and try and just imagine that all these people that design these video games, they're rich. You know what I'm saying? They're like rich. So like the stuff that they see, the stuff that they don't just see, they do, you know? So like they come up with all kinds of ideas. Um it's mainly not you being like a pervert, okay? It's mainly like something you haven't seen. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like stuff you haven't seen. And then you get up to here, okay? So you get up to here. And until you see or until you like feel it, you know, until you like actually witness it or whatever, you're not going to know about it. But like they're working with like a lot of things behind it. They're working with emotion. Emotion's the easiest one to work with. That's why they do it. They like to get personal. I mean, do you ever think about like Lisa from Simpsons has a saxophone, right? You know, I mean there's also George Michael. You know, there's just it's like, yeah, yeah. It's like okay, whatever. And then you'd be like, well, why do we talk about George Michael? Well, we talk about Kylie Minogue. You know, like okay. George Michael. And who wouldn't be curious, right? Who wouldn't be curious at a song called Careless Whisper? Yeah, you know. Who wouldn't be curious? But where's the ah another shade. That was like showing another form of a shade. Because we had blue, red. Yep, another shade. Huh. We're probably always going to have 4. Get used to having 4. Yeah, we're always going to have 4. Oh. That's why 4 kind of creeps me out. 4, you'll get to the crown. As soon as you see 4, you'll get to a crown. That's a really good crown. That might be one of the best crowns. It's a pretty good one. Because I was talking about Warped, and I was just talking to you about how legs are, like how legs have like a side, and they have kind of like this side thing that they do. Your eyes too, okay, yeah, eyes too. Yes, yeah, your eyes do get, yeah. That's some people do think they do that they do think it's like what's the risk and what's the reward of actually, you know, dating and with somebody. They think about a lot of things, dude. They think about like the after you've been with your partner, your eyes, you know, just how your eyes get just different kinds of feelings. I actually was like too. I was like a. That's funny how they're trying to make this look like a door thing. Oh yeah, that's shorts. Yeah, that's shorts. Shorts. Yeah, that's shorts. Wow, shorts is moving. Oh my gosh, that's creepy. Shorts moved. With the Xbox controller being pushed. It's like Dude, that's funny. I think about stuff like that all the time. I do. I think about like the button layouts, the controllers, the designs. The way they made the console. It's crazy. X is hilarious, dude. X is funny. X makes you very, very, very feel out of it. Um, I mean, I just don't get it either. Of like the gun, Elma pointing the gun in Xenoblade X, and then there's the church person with the gun in Xenoblade X. There's times when I just don't want to leave this video because you get like this right here going inside, kind of like underwear, kind of like a thong. There's times when I'm just like, we're getting to the point of wrapping this up though, but like I really do get scared. By the way, I just like if I see the colors, like the shade colors, that's when it gets that's when your video game gets scary, and the video game says ha ha ha. It says ha 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 to you. Uh, I'd say this, but I'd get confusing on this. But I'm not gonna try and not get too confusing on this. Colored lines, like a line being colored, and even like a different color. That's why, like, when I say something as silly as like a pair of shorts, right? I say, I say the part of it is like, because even this is kind of showing like a light blue with a dark blue kind of spot thing. I say when you actually see this stuff, you begin to learn what scary actually is, what could be actually scary, as opposed to being like, okay, that sounded dumb, but then when you figure it out, and I've seen loop way too many times. I've seen this loop thing, and I think there's been common, simple examples where you've had loop. I mean, and then when you even think about Conker's Bad Fur Day and Sunflower, or when you think about Deku Plants and Ocarina of Time. Um, was there a? Oh yeah. It's like, it likes to play brain trickery with you because believe it or not, what creature loves to go near sunflowers? A spider. Yes, spiders love to go near sunflowers, and they love to do it, and that's why we got jumping spider in Ocarina of Time. Yeah. Um, where's the Do you like how it's just like rows of that? It's just like this wouldn't even matter too. These rows and everything. None of this would matter if this wasn't here. But since this is here, since this is here, just standing there like that. This is where I quit too. By the way, the clouds really do make you sound clueless sometimes. So you got to like put research into the clouds. The clouds are kind of like it's basically like I've already gotten the focus down though, so that's why the clouds. It's just like you just kind of let the clouds go and do their thing. Where's the Jeez. Has a spot right there. That looks really good because texture wise. Yeah, that looks good. I kind of remember textures like that. Those textures, I prefer those textures. I prefer this texture too, as opposed to like the newer updated textures. Yeah, I love those textures. They make your game feel very they make your video game feel very, very like different from our world. Then there's the not too different, but it just makes it feel kind of like abstract. When you realize what you like looking at too, that's the thing of why I always try and look for this stuff, because when you realize what you're looking at and what you appreciate, because a long time ago there was the art style that was made, and the art style that was made was like it was a very good old art style, and then it just kind of went away. Where's the Yeah, I'm almost finished. I'm finished with these. These make me always want to be finished, because um Ben's Ben's I just see him. I see Ben's way too much, and I see three way too much. You see three a lot, and it gets scary really quick. But it's like it's the right way to view it. No, center stage. I think that's like center stage sometimes. Sometimes when I like look at this enough, I have to look at it enough because it's trying to talk about point. But I always do look at it as, hey, just maybe it's center stage. Center stage is really cool. It's like a location. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. And it like rather than me sounding crazy, right? Center stage has a loop around it. Like a loop. So, and they're not gonna put the loop in the right spot, but they will definitely show you center stage.